It's the second day of Costa Blanca Bike Race. Forgot to load the chain yesterday. Actually, I haven't checked anything on the bike. Not because I was very busted, but because I was disappointed by the decision of referees, where they not allowed to continue going with the camera. Usually in UCI race, as long as it's fitted on the bike, there are no problems with that. So what I did, I put the camera under the handlebars in the proper mount, no dangers, nothing, while others came to the gates with chesty mount. I don't know what they were thinking. Now no one will be able to ride with cameras. At the second foot point, one official said that it's not allowed to go with the cameras, but I don't know what he was expecting me to do. Remove the camera in the middle of a stage or something. Nonetheless, I finished the stage in extremely high position for me, which was 6th. And today, time trial, and we will be going to that mountain. Surprisingly, I never run such low pressures on my tires, but here it's just required to do so if you don't want to risk too much. At the front, yesterday it was 115, 2.4 tires, so 115 bars, and at the rear it was 125. Because today it's time trial into extremely steep mountain, I will add a bit more just to have more rolling until we reach that point. There will be some stairs in the city as well as a bit of trails, but nothing to compare what was on the first day, so with more tire pressure I should be fine, hopefully. And why I'm pumping with mini pump? Well, because when traveling I don't bring anything bigger than that. Alright, so it will be around 1.3 at the front, and I will add like 1.45 to the rear. Yeah, so it was 1.25 on the first day. At the front I'm running Wolfpack Speed. At the rear it's Pirelli Scorpion RC Pro Wall. Then it's very hard packed. These tires work brilliantly, but when it comes to loose sections, dirts, they are not so good in my opinion. 145. So unfortunately I will have to eliminate precious setup for the camera. Yesterday I had power bank here. I have a separate video how I prepare for those UCI regulated races to make sure that it complies with them. I will take this race as a lesson to do a bit different decisions when it comes to using the cameras. And it's not like going against the rules, it's about communicating it properly with the organizers. Also, let's not forget that with the camera I'm carrying more than 300 grams in total with everything combined. So it's even the punishment for me for carrying that camera. So after 3 years of recording races, almost 100 races in total, UCI decided that this one is not going to be recorded. It's up to them, but just as a side note, last year I watched Jules van Loon from Netherlands to go this race, record it with camera on handlebars. It drew my attention, and that's how I currently am here. So they are losing potential of attracting new participants, and that's the way it is. Thankfully, I had recorded all those pre-rides of the courses, so we will have at least some sort of sense what's been awaiting in upcoming days as well. But stage 1 is recorded and it has quite a lot of action. Hopefully I'm not going to be disqualified for that, but even if I do, who cares? Alright, so that's enough of disappointment from me on the second race day. We did ride to Altea, where the second race start happened with Arturas, our Lithuanian, who participated in the race. Starting list of time trial for stage 2 was the backlist, so the leader started the latest, the duets and the master 60, 50, etc. descending order. It's also worth mentioning that based on your result on the first day, that was your starting list. Because I finished 6th on the first stage, 5 guys who finished ahead of me started afterwards, while the others started in front of me. We started in the city, going down through the stairs of Altea and then moving towards antennas of La Brille. I'm starting, so that means I have not been disqualified, but at the same time there was official announcement from UCI through organizer social media channels that no, it's not allowed to go with the camera. So as someone who reads and as someone who follows the rules, I left the camera at home. And I was extremely surprised. There were a ton of guys who again came with chesties. Some were able to start, others don't. So I had a chance to talk with UCI organizers, which I will later cover about that. But nonetheless, I had some shots from Recon, which I will incorporate in this video, so you will have a bit of a sense how that time trial looked like. To my surprise, the start has changed a bit, so there was a bit less stairs. And there were a few sections through the yard, so nothing too crazy. And then we went in the tarmac near the coastline towards that hill which you can see on the left. Keep in mind that the data which you see here on the screen is from the actual race day, where the videos are taken from Recon, which I did on January 11th. The reason being why I include the segments from Strava is to just have a sense how hardly others were going, which were in the top 10. At the same time, how I did compared to them, and in general, what it is all about. I already mentioned in the stage 1, but the idea is that based on the segments, you can go to the full onboards, not in stage 2 case, because I was without the camera. But basically you can find those segments very easily in full onboards based on the chapters. So you just click on the chapter and you appear straight in that area which is or which is not to your interest. So when it comes to climbing, keeping 400 watts for long enough time is not for me yet. So that kind of explains why I wasn't that fast like others did. After reaching the lower section of the climb, upcoming there was 2.5 kilometers with more than 300 meters of elevation. So that's really a lot of climb to do. My wife and Arturas captured few shots where here you can see the leaders of my age group going on the climb. So some of them are really lightweight guys. For them, climbing such should be easy. For me, it was not that easy, but I actually doubt there someone had an easy time here. It's just too steep to go it easy. Just for some, they can go a bit faster because of their body and powers as well. So imagine what steepness it is if in half kilometer you go more than 100 meters of elevation, and you go that for almost 5 minutes with 6 kilometers per hour speed. So actually I wasn't pushing at the maximum. I was like 95% of an effort, and because I knew that upcoming is suicidal crazy steep part, for some reason I had something in my mind which was telling me, alright, so there are a few more days left, so better do it at conservative mode rather than pushing it all for just few second gains. And the last section was recorded by Arturas, thanks to him, and actually I've been loaded GPX on this climb, and I knew that after this first bump there's going to be a bit flatter section and then the last one. So I've been planning to use my powers accordingly, but apparently after that first part ended up, it was the end. But I can't complain. It was still a hard 40 minutes plus effort. The last few hundred meters I averaged 450 watts on that. So that's something, but at the same time it's nothing compared to how the leaders went. At this stage I finished 10th and I had no expectations at all how it will end up. But from 10 goes 10, not that bad. In upcoming days we will see whether it's feasible to maintain that effort, or that was just newcomer's luck and maybe I just spent too much effort on the first 2 days. Talking about my preparation for this race, I came here in the beginning of January 5th, and did some riding, recon of the courses, etc. in few weeks before the start, so that was good. But until that point I'm from Lithuania and I've been riding in winter outside. I have indoor trainer, but as long as the weather is mild enough, few degrees down, it's just more comfy for me to do it outside. So yeah, That's how I've been preparing for this race. Next step, stage 3 and stage 4 in a single video, just to save you some time, but at the same time introduce you to the nice scenery which was being there, show you the other things as well.